Dear audience, welcome to the Cybersecurity Essential and Management modules of the CyberSec Pro training session CSP11 dedicated to cyber range and operations on SCADA. The CSP11 Cyber Range and Operations on SCADA module aims at providing basic knowledge on automation systems used in the broader perspective of industries, mainly programmable logic controllers (PLC) and supervisory control and data acquisition (SCADA). It will also introduce additional industrial systems and networks often interconnected with PLCs and SCADA. A focus will be done on the use, specificities, and vulnerabilities of controllers and SCADA systems, but we will also grab deep into industrial systems and their functionalities. Common vulnerabilities of these systems and applications will be detailed using the analysis of past events. This module has been developed by C2B Consulting, a French SME specialized in maritime security and located in Toulon in the south of France. This work has been funded by the European Union. Views and opinions expressed are, however, those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of the EU or Health and Digital Executive Agency. Neither the European Union nor the granting authority can be held responsible for them. Under Project Agreement 10.10.83/594. CyberSec Pro project adheres to transparency and lists resource that contributed to this module. This video is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike 4.0 International License CC BY NCSA 4.0, creativecommons.org. Derivative works must be shared under the same attribution. No commercial use is allowed. You cannot use this video for any purpose that generates revenue. You are free to share and adapt this video, remix, transform, and build upon the material for any non-commercial purposes. Attribution is required. Please credit to EU CyberSec Pro project, https://www.cybersecpro-project.eu, and mention the license used. The CSP Module 011 is part of the CyberSec Pro education and training project designed to provide trainees and professionals with the knowledge and skills needed to apprehend evolving cyber threats and manage incidents in the industrial domain. Specifically designed for the industrial sector, this module goes beyond generic cybersecurity training to address the unique challenges of known vulnerabilities faced by operators in their daily activities using PLCs and SCADA. During this workshop, following activities will be conducted.
Introduction to PLC/SCADA. Use of PLC and SCADA in the industry and energy sectors. Cyber risks and forensics on industrial controllers. Security architectures. A complementary on-hands training on the way to program controllers.
The digital transformation in critical sectors of the economy. The CSP010 module addresses the specific needs of
SMEs and public sector employees, cybersecurity practitioners and enthusiasts, maritime CIS developers. Goals. This workshop, designed for CS admin of industrial systems, aims at demonstrating vulnerabilities and to improve their skills for recognizing same attacks.
The aim to develop a large variety of materials that can be used by educators and trainers in cybersecurity. CyberSec Pro's ambition is to enhance the role of the higher education institutes, HAES, in offering hands-on and working life skills for driving a trustworthy knowledge and skills necessary to avoid attacks on the systems they will have to manage in the future. More can be learned visiting the CyberSec Pro website, https://www.cybersecpro-project.eu. The CSP11 module takes normally place once a year during the duration of the project. In 2024 and 2025, it takes place in Toulon in the south of France, but can be added to a general training education program. It represents a mix of theoretical and practical knowledge exchange, including on-hands training as part of tabletop exercises willing to demonstrate the PLCs and SCADA's vulnerabilities. This module will be dispensed by Bruno Bender, founder of C2B Consulting.
Bruno is a former Navy officer and CS specialist. As information security officer and cybersecurity expert, he is familiar with NATO, EU, and national security environments.
The CSP011 workshop dedicated to cyber ranges and operations on SCADA presents
a core training for basic/advanced operators and cybersecurity professional training. Hands-on and practical skills development. Rooted with European cybersecurity skills framework. Cutting-edge insights from industry academic experts and certificate of the completion.
The following training topics will be developed.
Legal aspects. Cybersecurity threat intelligence specific to maritime. Information security governance, ISG, and information security risk management, ISRM. Security architecture design and implementation. Security controls selection and implementation. The training outcomes can be resumed as following. Demonstrate ethical and professional conduct in all aspects of information and cybersecurity management. Comprehend and articulate the key concepts and principles of information and cybersecurity. Understand the evolving cyber threat landscape and the diverse range of cyber attacks. Identifies the cybersecurity threats, vulnerabilities, and risks. Recognizes the human factor's role in cybersecurity breaches and risk mitigation strategies. Select appropriate security features to protect against identified threats and risks.
The training outline encompasses 5 topics, following the proposed agenda on 2 days. Day 1. Day 2. Topic 1. Definitions of IT and OT. Following items will be addressed.
Introduction to legal and regulatory aspects of PLC SCADA. This part will detail controllers in their operational environment as well as their specificities when used in support of industrial control systems. IT/OT. This section will discuss the segregation between IT and OT as well as their specificities when used in support of industrial control systems, ICS. The example of industrial control systems for pipelines will be used as an example.
Topic 2. Forensics. Following items will be addressed.
The concept of information security on OT and its importance to industrial organization will be presented. Types of information assets that need to be protected, as well as the different threats and vulnerabilities that these assets face will be introduced via several use cases and scenarios. A section dedicated to evidence of attacks incidents on SCADA, PLC will allow to establish the specific threats and vulnerabilities that exist in the industrial domain. It will also present the different types of attacks and the attackers that launch them, as well as the different solutions to mitigate them. The module will present several scenarios within the framework of CIA, the 3 pillars of information security, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It will explain what each scenario represents as a risk to each pillar and why it could impact the industrial activities. Other security models that can be used to protect information assets will be used during the workshop.
Topic 3. Detailed architectures. Following aspects will be covered.
Topologies/taxonomies will introduce the level of operation of the elements of an ICS and the place of SCADAs in these architectures. Industrial environments that will be considered encompass the following sectors: energy, oil and gas, maritime, IT/OT networks implication, and the way to come from one and go to the other will be presented. Topic 4. Vulnerabilities. We will cover these topics. Security challenges for PLC/SCADAs. List of most recognized vulnerabilities will be presented on an ICS architecture. The general methodology used within the range will be described. At least the vulnerabilities will face the 7 range scenarios that have been identified. Topic 5. Penetration. We will cover these items. Present a penetration platform. Identified scenarios will be presented in an on-hands training that will encompass IT to OT transitions, man in the middle, malicious PLC/SCADA. The exploitation of results will finalize the workshop/seminar presenting some lessons learned and lessons identified as well as best practices. Final evaluation.
Content for teaser video. The content of this teaser video is based on the CyberSec Pro project's deliverable D3.1 CyberSec Pro program. Authorized by the University of Laurea, Finland, Instituto de Desenvolvimento de Novas Tecnologias Uninova, Portugal, with valuable contributions from CyberSec Pro partners. The deliverable underwent rigorous linguistic proofreading. This involved utilizing Grammarly AI and the meticulous review by native English speakers. Sign up for our training opportunities or explore partnership opportunities. More details on our website at www.cybersecpro-project.eu. We look forward to hearing from you.